Guys, it's like 1, I think 43 a.m. The the hot shower kind of helped, but not really. I ended up putting on cream. Right now my symptoms are, I think it's like down in here is like the first solid rib just above the floating ribs. When I breathe or like try to lift my arms higher than that, oh, that hurt. I get a really, really sharp stabbing pain back there on both sides. Sorry about this. It's dark out and I don't want to wake up anybody else in the house. My hip, that was my hip. My hips hurt. And it's mostly just around the back. And I get like this sometimes with the weather change. And mostly in the spring and fall for people who have 4 seasons or live in a place with 4 seasons. I definitely do better in the winter and summer. I'm sorry. Laying down hurts. I tried even going in the fetal position so far, and I know that's bad for the ribs, but that's so far the best one. Heat pack just irritates it. I can't stand too long. Sitting is a no-no for the hips. I'll do another update in the morning. It's like everything sort of seizes up or tenses up and correction, not an ice pick. It just tenses up and it feels bruised. If you've had bruised ribs, then you'd understand that when you breathe in, it hurts. Or like a cracked rib. I cracked a rib up here once, and that was horrible. I would say the pain level is similar to that. Okay, I'll give you guys a morning update. Good excruciating morning to everyone. So my hips, well, the top of the hips are really sore. My lower back seems to be better. Right around here is still kind of really sore. I can lift my arms a little bit more. They feel like almost like I did a workout, but that feeling is intensified probably about, I'd say probably about 3 to 4 times. My feet are still sore. They feel, I don't know, like I wore heavy construction boots for the last few days. You know, when you take it off and like they ache right around the sides and underneath, that's where it is. My hands are still sore. My feet still sort of hurt to stand on, but they're not as bad. And it's mostly upper neck and shoulders. The cream didn't help. Advil didn't help. Tried Tylenol for arthritis. That didn't help. Hot shower didn't really help. It sort of did for about, I'd say maybe about an hour or so. It lessened the pain, but it didn't take any of it away. And my thighs feel like I did like 100 squats. I'm kind of hungry this morning, which I don't know about you guys, but for me, when I'm in a lot of pain, I can't eat. And oddly enough, I get really burpy. Yeah. So, I'm gonna try to go lay down again. It's like 6:15 in the morning, and I've been up most of the night. I may try some light stretching, but I'm not totally convinced that that's the best thing yet. Maybe later today. Anyways, you guys stay safe, stay pain-free. Oh, goddamn season change again. Oh, my arms hurt, my joints. Like right up in here, my neck, all down my shoulder. Literally from like here to like here, all the way around. It feels like the rib cage from the back, almost all the way to the sides there. It feels, when I breathe in, it feels like it's broken or bruised, or no, it's worse than bruised. It's worse than bruised. My neck and my shoulders all feel like whiplash. And I don't know if it's the barometer pressure or what. I got my special cream. You can see it's all shiny all over. Yeah. Oh, I feel it like right in here too. Not so much in my hands and feet. It's all like rib cage and shoulders and face. I don't know why in my face, but I feel it in my face. Earlier I was crying because I coughed, and that sure pains, but right now it's just breathing. Breathing just hurts. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna let this stuff soak in. It's only been about 15 minutes. I tried a hot bath. I tried heat pack. I tried standing outside in the cold. It's winter. Tomorrow it's supposed to be like really warming up, and it's just, it's going from like -7 to +14 overnight, and it's, my body can feel it. I don't know, my elbows, and this part, I don't even know what you call this part of my arm. This part of my arm, it feels like it's swollen and bruised, but it's not. This is ridiculous. I've tried sleeping, I can't sleep. I try laying down, it hurts. I sit up and I can't stand for too long because then my lower back and my hips start hurting. Okay, I'm gonna... Hey everyone, so it's been a couple days. As you can tell, I'm able to lift my arms now. My back was still sore, my feet still sore, but since the warmer weather has finally arrived, I guess that painful fibro flare-up that I was going through is slowly starting to go away, thank goodness. So I thought this would be a great time to talk about weather sensitivity, or weather and how it affects fibromyalgia. There's been several studies done. And there was actually one that I want to talk about at Tufts University in 2007, and it was published by the Arthritis Foundation, that they noticed that every 10-degree drop in temperature corresponds with an incremental increase of arthritic pain, in addition to low temperature, low barometer pressure, precipitation, and that all seems to increase people's pain levels. Now, on the flip side of that coin, according to WebMD, it was published by Health Daily News, and that was done in the Netherlands at Utrecht University. And they did a study with 350 women who were averaging around the age of 47 years old with chronic pain or fibromyalgia symptoms, and they monitored them for 28 days, keeping track of the weather and their signs and symptoms, and they concluded that it has absolutely nothing to do, or it doesn't affect the body. Fibromyalgia affects the brain and the spinal cord, and that's important because with weather sensitivity, certain things like the full moon, barometer pressure, cold versus hot, even humidity and dampness can have an impact on our bodies. They have found that even people without fibromyalgia has an increased blood pressure, and it increases about 5 mmHgs between heart rate and BPM, beats per minute for your heart, and it either goes high or low depending on the moon phases. And if you sort of think about it, even, the moon has enough gravitational pull that it raises and lowers the oceans. Some fish actually spawn during full moons only. Certain corals are affected by the full moon or new moon, which is when we have none. And as far back as 400 BC, there has been documentation stating that behavior changes due to the polar pull. Let's see, Shakespeare, he talks about it in Othello. What else? Yeah, if you take the ocean and then think of us, we're mostly water. So if the moon has gravitational pull on the ocean, you would assume that then anything with water would be feeling that pressure, which leads me into barometer pressure. Barometer pressure is the weight of the atmosphere or the air around us. Low pressure means that there's less pressure around our bodies, and our organs actually expand because there's not as much pushing down on them. The high pressure, when they say a high pressure front is coming in, that means that there's a lot of pressure, or the air is heavier and thicker, and that actually puts strain on our organs because they contract. So somebody who has an overreaction to pain or pain sensitivity, that would actually trigger a flare-up. There's also certain weather things like if it's cold that day versus hot, or a cold breeze. If you think about it, a scientific point of view, heat moves molecules around, gets them active, right? And then things start to expand. Like if you, put put a marshmallow in the microwave, it expands. So our muscles, tendons, and ligaments all expand. With that, it would like the muscles would expand and our joints would push into each other, so it causes extra pressure on our joints. Cold usually slows molecules down and it tightens the way like joints move, muscle elasticity. And again, with a chronic condition that is overreactive and your nerves are extremely sensitive, so you think of all your little nerves and the muscles squeezing around them, or you're trying to move and you're pulling and your nerves are tight because of those muscles, then that could cause a flare-up. Yeah, humidity and dampness. A lot of people that I talk to do suffer from flare-ups during like rainy days. Even if they're not going outside, their body can feel it. And that can be contributed to like the low pressure. I guess sometimes high pressure, but usually it's the low pressure. Yeah. So, I mean, there's positive and negative reviews on if this actually affects people. I know I feel it, and that's hard to deny. I know that these are scientists and doctors, and they say that this has nothing to do with, or it doesn't contribute at all to our pain and suffering that we're dealing with, but believe me, I feel it. And so many people that I talk to who have chronic pain, whether it be migraines, sensitivity to like touch or light, that sort of stuff as well, they all feel it too. So one of the things, I guess, from all of this information, I would just do a takeaway that the best thing to do is, if you know that there's like a rainstorm or cold weather approaching, try to use like heat pads, hot showers, or cold. I know some people who really benefit from having cold packs put on them in the summertime because the heat actually irritates them. And try to plan out the week, not just your day. If you know that, like, say Wednesday we're supposed to get a big rainstorm, try to get some stuff done, like the important things done before Wednesday. That way you're not running around on Wednesday when you're feeling like crap and you just want to lay in bed, and then if it's already done, you can do that. Another thing would probably be, on the good days, I would probably try to do some light stretching, whether it's yoga. Now I know with fibromyalgia, I don't know about all people with fibromyalgia, but I have hypermobility, so my muscles and my ligaments tend to be super loosey-goosey, but everything else around them is super tight. So for me to do stretches, I have to really monitor what I'm doing and make sure that I don't overextend the joints or the muscles, because then again it would cause another flare-up. But I do find that some stretching, as well as the heat and the rest, and taking breaks throughout the day, that does seem to help. It doesn't prevent them, even the medication doesn't prevent it, but it will help. So hope everyone's staying safe and has a good pain-free weekend. Bye.